Okay, so these last few days we've been focusing on least common multiple and greatest common factor and how to find those in different types of problems. Today we are going to be taking that greatest common factor and applying it to some word problems that have some real life situations to them. So we're going to take a look at our first problem here, and it says a trophy case at Riverside Middle School holds 18 baseball trophies. That's important, 18 baseball trophies, and 24 soccer trophies. All shelves hold the same number of trophies. Only one sport is represented on each shelf. What is the greatest number of trophies that can be on each shelf? How many shelves are there for each sport? And then we're going to use this graphic organizer to help us. You might be thinking, wow, this is a lot of information. I have no idea what it just said. That's why it's important to read these problems more than once. Okay, we're going to take a look at this one again. So our trophy case holds 18 baseball trophies, 24 soccer trophies. That's really important information. All of them hold the same number of trophies. Each shelf has to have the same number of trophies. Each shelf has the same number of trophies. Only one sport represented on each shelf. One sport on each shelf. What is the greatest, word there, greatest number of trophies that can be on each shelf? And how many shelves are there for each sport? So we have to answer two questions. Two questions we need to answer. And now we're going to check out our graphic organizer. Clear that off and scroll down. So you should be able to see what I have up here on the board. It's the same as your book. So we're going to fill this in, and I would like you to please make sure you're filling it in with me because you can look back at this for examples for later when you're doing work on your own. So what do we need to find? We need to find the greatest number of trophies on each shelf and remember there's two questions, we're finding two answers, and the number of shelves for each sport. The number of shelves for each sport. Okay, we're looking for two different answers. What information are we using? We are using the fact that there are 18 baseball trophies and 24 soccer. Okay, that is the information we are basing our answers on. How will we use this information? We are going to find the GCF, greatest common factor, of 18 and 24. And we're going to use it to draw a diagram representing the shelves of the trophy cases. Okay, so that is not a good S. Okay. So now we're going to move over here. I'll give you a second to finish copying that if you need it. First thing we're doing, we're taking the total number of trophies equals our baseball trophies, which are 18, plus our soccer trophies, which are 24. Step one, find the GCF of 18 and 24. So there's a little bit of space up here. We're going to come up here and write it out. 18, 24. So we have 1 and 18. We have 2 and 9. We have 3 and 6 for 18. Then we have 1 and 24. We have 2 and 12. We have 3 and 8. And we have 4 and 6. circling our common factors. 1, 2, 3, 6, and that's it. So our greatest common factor is 6. Now, if you remember on Friday, we talked about the distributive property, and we were writing each number as the product of the GCF and another factor. That's what we're doing here. We're breaking 18 and 24 into these multiplication problems. So we have 6 times what equals 18? Well, that's 6 times 3 equals 18. Then we have 6 times what equals 24? 6 times 4 equals 24. Then in this next step, they're using the distributive property, which means they're pulling the 6 out because it's common among both of those multiplication problems. The 6 is coming out times whatever numbers are left, our other factors, 6 times 3 and 6 times 4. So this means there are going to be 6 trophies on each shelf. That's our greatest common factor. Go back to our question. The greatest number of trophies on each shelf is 6. There will be 3 shelves or 3 rows of our baseball trophies because 6 times 3 is 18. And there will be 4 rows of soccer trophies because 6 times 4 equals the total of 24 soccer trophies. So if you want to fill in the rest of your graphic organizer to make 3 rows of baseball and 4 rows of soccer. So that's what your graphic organizer would look like. Then down here at the bottom, hopefully you can see this, is the most important part. Tip my computer down just a little bit. So there are blank trophies on each shelf. If you need to go back and count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's the greatest common factor that we found. 6 trophies on each shelf. There are blank shelves of baseball trophies, 1, 2, 3. Or you can look back up here, 3 times 6 gives us 18. And there are blank shelves of soccer trophies, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 shelves of soccer trophies. Because 6 times 4 gives us the total of 24. That is our first example. We're going to take a look at another one on the very next page, page 30. I'm going to clear this.